For all new and current subscribers, welcome back to Resilient Love.
Resilient is being able to overcome difficult situations. This podcast is about love,
tips on life, and how to level up in your business. Let's get started on the journey. Welcome to another episode of Resilient Love.
Yes, guys, we're back. So we wanted to jump right into this topic because it's been on our minds. And I'm pretty sure with this being the third month of 2020, aka the last portion of quarter one, I know you guys have been kind of reflecting and reevaluating some of the goals and aspirations that you set for this year, right? So today's topic is pretty simple. From irritation to motivation. Irritation to motivation. I know it has a similar sound, but it has different meanings. Irritation. Like, can we just take a moment and kind of dissect the two words? If y'all would just indulge me for a second. Irritation. The state of feeling annoyed, impatient, or slightly angry. Motivation. The reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a certain way. The general desire or willingness of someone to do something. What did you take from that?
I took that they rhyme, but no. But they that they rhyme and they got a lot in common. And one fuels the other.
That's so true. That's good.
So you can't really have one without the other. Something in life is always going to irritate you, which builds up to the motivation of why you got to do what you got to do.
It builds up to your reason.
Your reason, yeah.
Yeah.
Your reason for the motivation.
Yeah, because like I said, the motivation is the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way.
Right.
So your irritation produces a behavior.
Mm-hmm. So if you're irritated at a job that you know you're not growing in and it's constantly conflict, but there's never any growth, you're getting irritated. That's your reason to get motivation to find a new job.
To get elevation.
Thank you, Ryman.
I'm a preschool teacher and we're talking about rhyming words. But outside of all that.
What am I?
Outside of all that, you guys, the serious point is irritation produces the motivation to accelerate and begin to elevate to where you desire to be. So, I like that because I am in school right now pursuing one of my dreams, but I'm also in the midst of pursuing one of my former passions. So you're in the midst of a passion, but you're pursuing your dream, because in order for the dream to not just continue to be a dream, but to become a reality, you have to what? Wake up, pray up, level up. That was a plug for Purpose of Prayer. Just go check it out. We'll have the link in the description. But we want you guys to recognize that the irritation that you're feeling right now, come on, you guys. It's the third month of 2020. We get it. You're irritated. It's like you thought you would be here by now. You thought you would be at a certain level with your job. You thought you would have that money saved up by now, but things kept popping up. Things kept coming around. You may have just flat out been lazy and not completely pursuing what you said you were going to do. But we're here today to remind you it ain't over.
Yep. And that most times between the hours of 12 December 31st and January 1st of every year, we have the same feeling that we're going to do so much more and that we're going to be so much better. And the truth is, we can be. It doesn't stop with January 1st. It doesn't even stop at the end of the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
But it's how you proceed through the game.
Yeah.
Which reminds me of one of our recent topics, Kobe. He told us even when he was a young boy, he actually sucked. But it's not how you start out. It's how you adapt and overcome and proceed through the game of life.
Yeah. That actually reminds me of Michael Jordan's quote about the shots. Do y'all remember that quote? It's a quote where he was talking about the shots that he took. Oh, he actually had 24,537 shots as far as when he was playing basketball. But there's a quote. Man, it's bothering me, and I'm right here on the computer, guys. So you're going to have to, bear with the kid. Because I really want to say this quote.
While she's finding that quote.
Yes, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again in my life. But here's the point of this quote. He's saying that is why I succeed.
Because it's not about the shots you miss. It's about the shots that you keep taking to win.
Now that's going to sell right there. But that's so true, you guys. He succeeded because at least he took the shot.
That's why the famous saying, shoot your shot. Because no matter what.
Shoot your shot, bruh.
Because you can't lose. The only way you lose is if you give up.
Because guess what? If he had never missed the 9,000 shots, lost the 300 games, the 26 times he was trusted, and he failed over and over again, he succeeded because at least he's able to keep track. That means on his 9,001 shot, he made it.
So you got to sometimes take a break, take a second, get to yourself and do an analysis of your life and figure out where do we need to rebound and figure out what happened.
Some of us are stuck in the rebound stage. Because you missed the shot, you are now halting the progression of the game. Because you're still stuck. Kind of like when we were watching that movie, Love and Basketball, how she was stuck in this moment. You had a moment. Rebound and keep playing.
And the thing about getting stuck in a rebound is it's good to get the rebound. But what you going to do with the rebound once you get it?
Come on now.
You need to be trying to make the goal.
You got to take your shot. You got to shoot your shot again.
Even if you miss the goal, you got to rebound, not stay in the rebound.
That's why they call it. Because you're again bound to win. You're again bound to take a shot.
Retrain, redo, retake. It's just
reevaluate.
It's another opportunity to win.
Again. And so we bring up these analogies to help you compare and contrast where you are right now. You're at that crossroad between what I said I was going to do and what I actually did.
And even sometimes feeling confused, like, where am I right this moment?
You at the crossroad, meet me at the crossroad. But we're trying to help you guys to cross over. Cross over into that is why I succeed. You see what I'm saying? When you first read that quote, it sounds like he's depressed. It sounds like he's upset that he missed those shots. He lost those games. He was trusted. He failed. But guess what? All of those irritating moments of his career was his motivation to succeed. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. I can give you an example right now. She's sitting beside me.
What?
My very wife has irritated me to become better, to shoot my shot and become the man I am called to be, desire to be, and gift the world with what's inside of me and not keep it bound. Shoot the shot, make the goal, and succeed. So everybody else along the way can succeed. Because the thing about succeeding is, in the topic of Jordan, Kobe, learned from Jordan. So you never know who your life is going to impact. So you need to always, as the teachers used to say, you need to be on your P's and Q's, because you don't know who's watching.
And, I take that a step further to say the same inspiration or motivation that came from Kobe looking at Jordan in turn became inspired and motivated by Kobe because of Kobe's drive and his hard work ethic. It pushed Michael to stay in the gym, to continue to grow. And of course, once he retired, he just continued to drop those business nuggets on Kobe. And God rest Kobe's soul. When we looked at the memorial and Michael Jordan was discussing his time with Kobe, one particular thing he said, and I'm paraphrasing, he said, I looked at Kobe as an irritating little brother. But I loved that he irritated me because it kept me on my toes. I'm paraphrasing, y'all. But I want y'all to recognize that even in their relationship, as close as they became, Michael Jordan still put the title irritated. But irritation helps you to get better. Irritation keeps a reminder. It's almost like your alarm clock. Get up. Do better. Wake up.
Irritation is why you're a student.
You talking about me?
Yes.
Yes. Quentin is right. Irritation is why I'm a student. I'm irritated because I know I can be better. I know I can do more. And so in that, it requires me to stretch myself.
And irritated for me is my current circumstance, knowing that I could live a life full of much more potential. And my wife being the irritating woman that I need to motivate me to get to where I need to go. So for that reason, I now will be becoming a student in a few days.
Hallelujah.
So I say that to say that no matter where the irritation is birthed from, it's there for a purpose. It's what you do with the irritation and how you transform it. How you transform it to succeed. We've literally just gave you a pure basketball playbook
for life.
From life to business to the court. It's all in what you gonna do with the play. How you gonna make your next play?
That's what we're asking you guys. What's your next play? Who's the coach? Go back to the coach. If you have a physical coach, if you have an accountability buddy, if you need a coach, you need to get your game plan because it ain't over. We are in the first quarter. The first quarter is about to end. But guess what? You have 3 more quarters to go. And just like in basketball, it's not until halftime that you begin to see somebody come back with a little bit more power. It's not until halftime that you see how the game gonna play out. So don't give up just because you might be behind right now. You still have 3 quarters to go.
And let's shift on to the seasons. Right now it's still kind of cold. Right now it's a little quite windy. But guess what? Spring is about to come. And when spring comes, things grow. Things come out. It gets nice.
It changes the way you dress.
Correct. And then what's next? Summer. Stuff grows even more. Trains how you dress even more. So there is 2 periods of season changes that you got ample time to get this thing right. 2020 ain't over until you count it out.
The game ain't over unless you sit down on the sidelines. That's when the game over. As long as your head is in the game.
So get off the sidelines and get back in the game.
Get your head in the game, you guys. Turn that irritation into motivation. Don't settle for safe. Don't settle for second place. You are born to win.
And just as I almost wanted to say, I'm sorry, y'all. I listen to the DLU show every day. I like to say it, a side note from the GED section.
Yes.
But seriously, a side note is, I love music. I can get lost in music and driving right now. But at the same time, I know I want to win more than when I'm winning, I can always listen to music a little bit more because I got a little bit more time now. I'm not bound on the rebound. And you have to begin to, while you're in your car, it's so many of us travel to work, no matter how much the distance is, whether it's 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour. Do you know how much you can acquire in that drive time? Let's just take the short amount. If it takes you 10 minutes to get to work each way, that means 20 minutes of your day is a commute from work. 20 minutes times a 5-day work week, typically, that's a lot of time. You could have completed a book,
right?
an audio book, a podcast that you're going to get information. Shout out to Married and Debt Free. Black Married and Debt Free? Love their podcast. I've listened to it lately. Please check out the story about Biddy Mason. That's a good story. Also, just a lot of good tips that they have. And a lot of other podcasters. I know I listen to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. That's a good one. Which one? Share one that you listen to.
Oh, I listen to Blessed and Bossed Up. I listen to Let's Make Out podcast. I listen to Woman Evolve.
See, she done went in.
I am a true podcaster in the sense of I support podcasts, and of course I am a creator.
But the point in the breakdown of all of this is always be learning. Always be learning. Time is the most valuable commodity. I can't say it like our pastor, but I think it's time. I'm like, woo, that is just time is too valuable to waste. Put it that way. It's the one thing that you can't buy. It's the one thing that you can't trade. It's the one thing that you just only can use wisely.
Mm-hmm.
If you so choose to. If not, you have to just reap the consequences and take ownership of the time that you may have wasted. And I've had to do that. I'm sure you've had to do that.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in life, everybody got to do it. But the most valuable thing that I just said out of that is take ownership. I wasted time. What am I going to do on the rebound to do better?
That's right.
Now go shoot your shot.
Go shoot your shot. So guys, listen, we hope that this has been a great opener to your March. We're calling this episode Irritation and Motivation, but I want to give a subtopic, March Madness. Because a lot of times you come into March and you come in with that irritated feeling, which the irritation can turn into madness, but we want you to turn your March Madness into motivation.
Right.
Turn that March Madness into motivation, and let's have a productive rest of the quarter.
Right. And it's funny that we done turned basketball into a whole segment almost. And I just look at the March Madness like, you know, when you look at March Madness and basketball, you're like, the madness is the motivation to win.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at and approach your life like that quote from Michael Jordan, don't focus so much on the losses. Focus more on rebound, take another shot. Strategize, analyze what it is that you need to do to make the shot. Don't just keep taking the shot without the strategy.
And you know, my last point is that, you know, Michael Jordan along with other greats, because just because you don't have your name in lights doesn't mean you're not great.
Right.
Let me put a sidebar into this podcast episode because I feel it. I feel like a lot of times people look at situations like where you're naming people who are in society's eyes famous. But I want you guys to know that you're famous to somebody. Somebody looks up to you. Somebody is inspired by you. The fame came from inspiration. I mean, let's be honest. Fame comes from inspiration. And so I want you guys to know that we're inspiring you to be great. Your name is in lights. If you go get some lights, put your name in it.
It's not about what others say about you. It's not what others think about you.
It's what you
think about you.
Yes. So think highly of yourself and change the way you see it.
Yep.
So listen, be blessed. And remember, change your March Madness into
motivation.
This has been Resilient Love. Peace.
Thanks so much for listening to Resilient Love Podcast. We wanted to take this opportunity to also let you know that you can help us by committing to a monthly fee of 99 cents, $2.99, or $9.99. Those contributions help us to keep this movement of resilient love going. Blessings to all listeners and subscribers. Thank you all.
Resilient love.